It's good
Courtney,
to see you.
thanks for having us back. Thank you, Courtney.
This has been an extremely popular item. They're called Aunt Trudy's Strudel Assortments. Now, what you're going to be bringing home today is either a choice of all apple cinnamon. You get 3 of them. They're 22 ounces each. You can also choose between cherry or blueberry, or you can get a combination, one of each. Now, that combination sold out the last time that it was presented. And the first thing that I asked Steve, I said, okay, seriously, when we're talking about streusel, how many portions are in here? Because I like a big portion of a strudel.
Well, it's set up for 5, but you can cut them into small appetizers. It's really what you want, what you like at the time you get it. And Aunt Trudy's, we started, it was Ruth and Trudy, it's 2 sisters. Trudy's the oldest, that's why she got top billing. And we were inspired by their passion of how they use phyllo to make desserts and appetizers. And so we came out with the Aunt Trudy's strudel for QVC in these 3 popular flavors.
Well, let's talk about flavor. Just know you can get these shipped out right now, or you can choose a December 5th ship date. Of course, our shipping and handling is free. When you purchase food, what flavor is this?
This is the apple cinnamon. So this is kind of a traditional, strudel. This is one people know. It's layers and layers of phyllo that we make from scratch. We add apples and cinnamon, and then we also top it with a little cinnamon and nutmeg.
I want you to just take a look at this little sliver that Steve was so nice to cut for me, because the first thing when I touch my fork, so I'm Greek, I love a good phyllo dessert.
Great, excellent.
I love that you get the crunch first and foremost, because once you dig into the sweetness that I'm sure this is, it provides a really interesting balance. And for me, I can always eat more with phyllo.
Sure, absolutely.
Because it's light.
So light and flaky.
Look how big that piece of apple is.
Oh yeah, you're getting lots of apples, a touch of cinnamon. And then, of course, we top it with the cinnamon nutmeg on the phyllo as well. So it's a great combination.
I mean, go ahead and hook me up with some apple cider. This is that sweetness of that Americana dish that it's like you close your eyes and it takes you back to yesteryear.
Absolutely.
You remember somebody's apple dessert that was just as delicious, but that's just one flavor that you can get 3 of today for less than $50. What's our next flavor?
Next one is the cherry. It's cherry and cream cheese, and it's a kind of a tart and tangy.
Okay.
That's what, and again, we layer it all in the phyllo and sprinkle that little cinnamon nutmeg on top.
All right.
I'll cut a little piece of that for you.
Thank you. This is turning out to be the best food show ever with these portion sizes. And I love that you get the ooey gooiness of that cherry and that cream cheese as well. And when you think about this,
there we go.
This one's really interesting, because I imagine if you wanted to do this with maybe some apples or some graham crackers on the side.
Oh, no question. And I love drizzling a little sauce on it. You can do a little caramel, you can do a little chocolate, even do a little raspberry and cherry. It makes it decadent. There's no question about it.
The fact that you get cream cheese in here with the cherry. The interesting part about there's no bitterness from the cherry. It's only sweet and bounced off of that cream cheese. I mean, this to me is Christmas morning.
Yes, absolutely.
This is Christmas morning. This is Hanukkah morning. This is like the day of the year that you wait for. That's what cherry tastes like.
And last but not least, I don't know if you want to use another plate or we'll just put it on the same plate. There we go. Very good. That's the blueberry. Again, I like sweet and juicy. It's moist on the inside with that combination of the cream cheese. And again, we top each one with a little cinnamon nutmeg.
Oh my
Layers and layers of that phyllo that we actually make from scratch. Again, we take pride in doing everything from scratch.
Oh my gosh. Sharon, do you want to come in here? Because I've got to cut my piece of strudel. Again,
hi, how are you?
You're getting all 3 of these.
Oh my gosh, what were the flavors again?
You got apple cinnamon, cherry and cream cheese, and then blueberry and cream cheese.
I'm going to go for cherry and cream cheese.
I think that you will love that.
You know what? I mean, my heavens. Just when you're cutting that up, the way the cream cheese oozes out of it, but the texture on the top, just because there's cream cheese and like moist stuff on the inside, doesn't change the fact that this texture, this flakiness of the dough on the outside is exquisite.
And what I find interesting, and tell me if you think the same thing when you take a bite, sometimes when cream cheese is in a dessert or it's in a pastry, it's easy for the cream cheese to weigh down the dish, but with that phyllo dough, with that crunch and that substance, you get the perfect instance of ooey gooey, fresh fruit, but then that freshly baked sense from that phyllo dough as well.
And the phyllo dough is so delicately crisp.
I know,
it's just phenomenal.
Again, because we make it from scratch and we stretch it out, that's what makes it light and flaky and crispy.
Thank you, guys. I'm so glad you're presenting next so I can eat the entire plate.
So you know what? But you can't, because we just started. So I need to see. I do these shows so often. I have to remind folks to pace themselves. Pacing is incredibly important.
That's why I wore my stretchy dress. Let me remind you, here is the cherry choice. Here's the blueberry. You also have apple cinnamon. You can get 1 of each flavor in the combination as well, which was our most popular choice last time we presented this. But let me ask you about this. How does it come delivered? Is it frozen? Do you bake it in the oven?
Absolutely. It comes frozen, comes right like this in a tray, in a package. And actually, it has the name right on it, too, so you know what you get when you get the package. Take it out of the plastic wrap. put it on a sheet tray, keep it in the aluminum pan, put it on a sheet tray in the oven, 350 for a convection oven, 375 for a conventional oven for 30 minutes.
Can I tell you how much I love this strudel? So Jerome, our producer, has been talking to me, and it's like I haven't even heard him speak because all I can concentrate on is the cream cheese and the fruit that's coming out of this pastry. The blueberry and the apple cinnamon choice, 3 of each, is getting extremely limited. You can get them shipped out now or December 5th. This is also a dessert that, you know how sometimes around the holidays, like it gets to the point where there's just so many people in your house.
Right.
If you just needed that moment of like, okay, well, I've got to go here, I've got to talk here, but you need a guaranteed 2 minutes only, give them this dessert and it's like enough for the hi, how are you, how the family is, and it's like, great,
exactly right.
bye.
That's great.
But tell the story again of what's made out of this, because when you think about potentially 5 portions or appetizers,
I love that
dessert
idea.
with
Absolutely.
ice cream.
Yeah, you can even do this for breakfast like we talked about earlier. What a great way to have a little sweet breakfast with maybe a little egg. Why not? Again, we use flaky phyllo that we actually make from scratch. Then we roll in the apples and cinnamon. In this case, the cherry and the cream cheese, and of course, blueberry and cream cheese.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that it feels like you were the one that put the labor of love, and that's what I love about the phyllo dough. But again, you get to bake it in your oven. You get all 3, 22 ounces each. You can choose all cherry, all blueberry, all apple, or a combination of each, which was most popular last time we presented it. It'll ship now, or it'll ship on December 5th. But if I were you, if you get one now, just go ahead and sign up for the December 5th one, because if we were talking about my house, it would last 3 days. A strudel for each day. Thank you, Steve.
Courtney. Thank you.
All right, still to come in the show, we are so excited because we have a brand new food delicacy 5 minutes away from Ray's Bakery in Britain. It's called the Great Britain.